something. You don't hear feedback.
Huh?
The host is setting up a live audio. How do I change that? Oh, there you go. About time. So hang up the other one, or you just gonna stay so people can join it.
Stay.
But it's an echo, so you gotta cut something off.
I did. Still echoes? Put this one on mute.
Now we can't hear you at all. You muted. All right, y'all. Sorry, we having some technical difficulties, but welcome to the live. It's we're gonna get the kinks out next week. Hopefully, we'll be a little better. But thank y'all for being patient. So the purpose of this live is, if you don't tell by the shirts, we have a podcast. Mr. Brandon Davis this is his baby. I was invited on as a co-host. So since we're both very busy people, we decided to try to do it live from 2 different locations until we're able to have a more cohesive schedule. So that's what we're doing. So Brandon, what we talking about today? You want to tell us what made you want to start this podcast? I mean, you don't have to go into like your personal details, but just
What made me want to start this podcast? Situations that happened back in 2023. So that would help channel this podcast, and that where the energy pretty much came from. There's a lot of things that took place in 2023. I will be doing an episode titled 2023. So that's gonna give pretty much the whole background of why this podcast was designed and what was the actual motivation and the pioneer behind it. So that will be coming pretty much soon. We already have about 9 episodes already recorded already.
So where could the people watch it? I haven't even seen the episodes, y'all. I don't know what kind of co-host or what kind of founder he is. Like, I haven't even seen the episodes. This is my first time actually sitting down to talk to him, but where can the people watch the episodes? Are we going to drop them? And when can they watch them? Is it going to be a weekly thing? Like, you got to give us something to look forward to.
A couple of kinks still had to get worked out. Obviously, when we filmed these, based upon time schedule and everything, so where we was trying to get everybody time schedule together. So people had to fly in and stuff like that. So at first we did the photo shoot first. So we got the photo shoot done. One of the parties lived in Houston, so I had to fly out to Houston and do the photo shoot. Then everybody who was local, we took the photo shoot down here. Then late November of 2025, we did we started filming some episodes. The plan was actually to put them to have it uploaded by January, but we missed that deadline because they still had to do a couple of editing and stuff like that. So once we got the so then we had some storage issue with the memory, but
Okay.
things pretty much been worked out. So now just gotta put an actual date when they're gonna get uploaded. The plan is to put them between Spotify, YouTube, and was looking at another source of iHeartRadio, and you can also load episodes of the TikTok as well.
So wait, you could do you could do stuff on iHeartRadio?
They have a podcast into it as well.
Okay, that's what's up. So you have an audio. We'll have an audio only function, as well as on YouTube they would have to actually watch the full
Correct.
videos. Okay, so when is the first one dropping? Because I've been asking for the past, y'all heard him say January. It's now February, damn near March. So when is the first episode dropping so people could kind of get excited and know like what you're bringing? So just to back up a little bit, this is Brandon's baby, as I mentioned, if you just joined in. I was originally brought on to record his episodes, like to shoot them. But then, he realized your girl is a real, so he asked me to be a part of it. So aside from me, how many other people is it, Brandon? I know your two cousins. Lex, that's it, right? So about what, 5 or 6 of us?
About 6. Me,
He's the
you.
only guy. No, Robert too. So we have 2 guys, and I think we have 4 girls, if I'm not mistaken. So they've already shot a couple episodes. I didn't know it was 9, but whatever. They shot a few episodes in my absence. Late November, that's my birthday month. I was traveling. I had a lot going on. So he is supposed to drop those to kind of let you guys see what they've been talking about. I'm not sure what topics they've talked about because, again, I haven't seen the episodes. So today we were supposed to pick a topic. So I think we're going to focus on business since it's just us two. We have a couple other entrepreneurs in the group, but I guess their schedules wouldn't allow them to join today. So we gonna just rock it with us two. Unless you want to talk about something else, Brandon. I don't know. We send each other stuff back and forth. But again, for me to choose, I would have to know what the other episodes were about. I don't want to talk about something that y'all have already touched on. So you got to kind of let me know where we going. I'm gonna follow your lead with that.
You can throw one at me right now, I tell you.
So I know you said y'all talked about dating, but what premise of dating? Just dating in general. Not he'll be back soon, y'all. This just, I don't know what he got going on.
One that's trying to FaceTime me.
Oh, okay. So you said y'all talked about dating, but what premise of dating have y'all talked about? Just y'all most serious relationships? What
No, we just talked about understanding the relationship pretty much. Uh
love languages or something?
we haven't gotten to love languages.
We could say that when it's more of us.
We got we talked about should you be allowed just to date? So what is your views about dating? So should people just date to date just to mess around, or people should be dating to
Settle down and stuff.
relationships,
Okay,
dating, marriage? Everybody have their own personal views on how they view that situation.
that makes sense. That seemed
Yep.
like it was a good episode.
It was pretty
Um,
good. It's about a good 15 minutes.
oh, that went bad. Um, so did we talk about? Because I know for a fact recently I sent you a topic about girls having boy best friends and vice versa. Or do you want to save that when it's more of us? I don't know how many of them have, because I know you have a girl best friend and I have male best friends, so I'm not sure if anybody else shares that sentiment to discuss, or are we the only ones with best friends of the opposite sex that can kind of speak on that topic?
No, everybody has one. No, Shani has one. I know Rob has one.
Okay, so should we save that for them?
We can say that one. I know they all have one. If I'm not mistaken, I know Rob has a girl best friend. I know for a fact, growing up with Shani, she had male best friends. So that stuff for a fact I do know.
So y'all peep the background. It's no judgment zone if you can't see. So basically, when we do discuss these things, and whenever he decides to drop the videos for everybody to see, it's basically for it to be an open space. Literally no judgment. You could talk about whatever. Y'all could also drop topics in the live, give us some ideas of what y'all would want us to discuss. This is just a little quick run through because we're trying to figure out what, I'm not gonna say social media site is the best because they're all different and they all have certain limits and capabilities, but we're really just getting our feet wet, I guess you could say, with live. Y'all know I barely ever go live, so this is new to me also, especially on a weeknight. But
That's good.
yeah, I guess because
Well, one topic I want to discuss, right? That's something that me and you talked about kind of one time. Uh, talk about pride.
You should have told me. I would have cued Moneybag Yo Pride. You ever heard that song? Do you listen to Moneybag Yo?
I listen to Moneybag Yo. Back
Okay,
in,
that's like when he was like early, like when I hit that's mixtape Moneybag Yo. He got a song called Pride that I really love. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about pride. Because we all have it. Let's be honest.
correct.
So
So like, I know we talked about that. That was pretty much after a couple drinks. So we talked about pride a little bit.
no, that wasn't a couple drinks. We talked about that just in general.
No, that was definitely at a bar.
No, you want to bet money? You want?
Yeah,
I can tell you exactly how we talked about it.
go ahead.
So you were, in your words, not mine, trolling on Instagram, and you were talking about an ex of yours. And so I said, I think you were saying something about like, you missed her, blah blah blah. So I was like, well, you should get her back. And you was like, laughing my ass off, whatever you said. And I was like, don't let your pride win. Like if you miss her and it's something that can be worked out, reach out, communicate that, blah blah blah. And that's how we got on the subject of pride. Exactly.
Because phone was out.
That was before we went out. Like when we went out at a bar and had the drinks, you kind of expounded on your reason and saying like, "Oh, I be trolling. I'm like a 50 Cent, blah blah blah, whatever."
Oh, definitely like an Uncle 50 all day.
Right? Allegedly, y'all. He probably really do miss that girl and need to get her back. But this was the conversation that's kind of how we started that topic of pride because a lot of men and women too. I'm not gonna just say the men, but a lot of people in general, I guess, have pride issues when it comes to not only people that they love, but just family members, even with their children. Pride is a really, 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 really. Is that one of the like 10 Commandments for real? Like, I know.
I mean, I know, can't think about it time, but I know pride is one of them things that'll keep you a place too long. And also, pride being stuck in your ways will also be a reason for why you won't pursue certain things sometimes, you know.
So all in all, basically you're saying it's an obstacle.
It's definitely an obstacle because pride is definitely how you stuck in your ways, you know. On all type of levels when it comes to you feeling like you're not feeling being disrespected, all type of things pride definitely have you stuck in. Like, I mean, when you asked me that question, it was true, you know. Pride is just one of them big old things to where like how me and her in another life setting, me and her would have been one of those great things for each other.
Right.
But timing was off.
Okay. And I think at the bar we discussed, you said right person, wrong time. And I said, well, do you believe in that? Because,
I remember talking about it at the bar.
right. But that wasn't how we first got on the topic. We initially got on the topic the way I told you. So I remember I said, I don't, I don't really believe in right person, wrong time because I've watched people get literally, including myself, like get ready for a person that I love. Like I literally adapted and made room in my life for that person because I wanted to pursue them and I wanted to be with them. So I don't really, when people say right person, wrong time, I mean, I get we all go through things in our life, like, but if if you both were single, like it's different if like, okay, like you were in a relationship and you met her and y'all were friends and then y'all fell in love and it's like, dang, I'm in this relationship. So I can't really pursue her like that. But if y'all were both single and willing to make it work, why would you say right person, wrong time? Or I don't think you used the words right person, wrong time. I think you just said the time, wrong time in general. And I think I asked you, well, why wouldn't you just go ahead and pursue her? And you said, there were certain differences with y'all that you felt like y'all couldn't work. So then I said, so how is it the wrong time? So kind of expound on that because.
So when I said right person, wrong time, definitely the right person. It was just timing was off. When we met each other, it was back in 2023. That's when everything. It was me going through a divorce period,
Mhm.
and I found her in the midst of that in late. So I started going through a divorce February. It was officially filed, I think, May.
Mhm.
Um, my her started talking in, I think, mid to late August.
Mhm.
And ended up officially together in September. I mean, the road was definitely bumpy due to everything that was going through the divorce. I mean, like I say, people always tell you that it's really cheaper to keep them, and they never lied about that part because it's very it's definitely cheaper to keep them. So
Money wise though, but when you think about
money wise,
peace and stuff like that, I think people forget that part of it.
no, money wise, 100%. Like the amount of money that was spent and everything
Yeah.
that it cost me with my sanity,
Yeah.
uh, everything. Like it cost me my mental health. It cost me everything. It's
Yeah.
definitely cheaper to keep them because it's not just money that goes into it. People might think it's just simple money that goes into a divorce. You spend $1 million. No, no, no. It's your mental health goes into that
But if it was cheaper to keep her, why didn't you keep her?
because we just wasn't working it out. It was like it pretty much came down to a tit for tat type thing at one point. You know, who can do more damage? One person did damage already. Now who can do more damage? So it became a tit for tat thing.
Okay.
Until like I kind of moved on for the tit for tat. I stopped doing the tit for tat. I was doing tit for tat, doing tit. She was doing tit for tat. Then it's like I stopped. Like it's just a lot that went on that I will have to explain on another episode because
Right. On your 2023 episode, y'all make sure y'all tune in. I want to know the tea with that too, because every time I ask him a certain question, it always ties back to 2023. So I'm going to be excited whenever that episode's drop. Don't hold that hostage like you have the other episodes, because don't get the people excited for
I have to
something.
get film. Obviously, my cousin supposed to be a part of it. Big dog, but shout out to
Yeah.
her. She just gave birth to her beautiful baby girl, so she won't be a part of that. So when she gets
That
back
right.
right,
Yeah,
we
you gone.
we
Okay.
get the episode. Even if I have to move everything to her house, we'll get that done because that is on the list.
Okay.
To get done because that is the core of the rib of why all this was developed because everything that went on in there, with my pride, with my courage, my mental health, my personal feelings, everything that I know, what to be true and not to be true, all my feelings, how I felt about people viewing me, being judged. That all came from that episode. That all came from 2023.
Okay.
So it took about a year and a half for me to actually come up with this title, Judgment Free Zone.
Okay.
Yes. I had different individuals like, yo, you're funny. You need to be on camera. Da da da. Cool. I'm gonna do it. All right, let's start rolling. I need a title. I just
Yeah.
can't write without a title. It's like those like back then in fourth grade, you have to write essays. I need a title to run. So, needless to say, all that would be pretty much explained in detail. Obviously, I'm waiting on Big Dog to be a part of it because she was literally boots on the ground when everything was transpiring.
And shout out to her. I met her before. She's good people. So we going back to pride and right person wrong time. So you said that you met another ex in the process of you leaving your ex-wife, and so you feel like y'all could have been great, but what's stopping y'all from being great now? Because you're out. You said that was 2023, so you're a few years out of that situation. Why can't y'all make it work now?
Let me say this first. So, end of the day, regardless of how me and her ended things, we didn't end on the best of terms, but in the day, still a perfect person for me. Like how I view her as a very perfect person. Like she brought out a different side of me. I know me and you was talking the other day about like exes and people that you experience with. She brought out the fun side of me that I always wanted. Like that side of me just wanted to be yourself. She brought out that side who I always wanted. The side I always had this side of me, which was being myself. But it came more of a pride thing. She's stuck in her ways, and I was kind of stuck in my ways. You know, to where it became more of a pride to where some things I felt disrespected on,
Mm-hmm.
that some things you just can't look past, but still you be willing to look past. Then there was some differences that I found out at the end
Mm-hmm.
that kind of made sense of every different thing. So she was still holding the baggage from a previous relationship that I kind of paid the expense for.
Okay, which happens. And do you think you made her pay the expense for your your relationship that you were out of, like that you got right out of?
I didn't make her pay. I didn't make her pay the baggage for my situation, but she still paid. She still paid the tab
Yeah.
for being guilty by association.
Okay.
Because my ex-wife attacked her
What you doing?
physically, but
Huh? Right now.
she attacked her mentally. You get me?
Okay.
So like a lot of little different things that she attacked her by, to where obviously me and her was still married. So
Mm-hmm.
at any given time in a woman's mind, and her anybody's mind in general, a woman or a man's mind, you can think that, oh, you guys are fresh. This is fresh. You guys just got divorced. All fresh. So
My bad. That's my puppy, y'all.
shout outs to the puppy.
Anyways.
So in her mind, she kind of thought like me and her was getting back together and stuff like that, etc. I'm like, no, we're not getting back. So no matter how much reassuring you can do a person, it's still not enough at times, because
Okay.
some people still have their own wounds for what happened in a previous situation, and they're sitting there reliving their trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go reach out to her, I'm like, it's a pride thing, because how everything pretty much transpired at the end. Yeah, there's a lot of love for each other, a lot of light for each other. She loves me, I love her, whatever. It just, who's gonna be that bigger person and continue to keep fighting? Like at the end of the day, you do kind of get exhausted.
Yeah.
Like things. So like, are you sit there? Are you just gonna sit there and swallow your own pit blood and let it be? So I just been letting it be, regardless. However, I might feel internally inside, just let it be. To where for me, it become more of a pride thing, and the same thing with her. Just she's prideful, and I'm prideful. So it's like two idiots just
I
prideful.
should say somebody got to be the, like you said, somebody got to be the bigger person, which brings me back to, like I said, how can that be the right person for you if you're not willing to drop your pride for them or they're not willing to drop their pride for you?
It just dates back to the last up in conversations. Some things happen in a conversation. So like, just so the last day me and her talked,
Mm-hmm.
was outside of Liquor Paradise. Um, we outside Liquor Paradise. That's the first time I met her boy best friend. He come walking up to me. I'm standing there. It's me, Rob, and Rob's wife, me. We're standing there. And Rob knew who he was already, because Rob already previously spoke to him while I guess the guy was intoxicated. And I'm standing there. So the guy walks up to me. So Rob takes a stance like he thinking the dude finna do whatever. So Rob ready to just clock his ass.
Yeah.
So the guy like look up like Rob, nah, ain't a type of party. So the dude just went to talking and gurgitating at me. He's drunk, so he just went to spitting a bunch of things out. And me, my personality is I like to listen, because
Yeah.
I want to understand what's going on. So
Right.
listening, I say less, listen more, which is a great tool I always have. So I'm
Right.
just listening how he's telling the story. Um, I know all about you. Okay, I know all about you. That's my boo bae, or what he called her. But man, I never had relations or nothing together. So I'm like, okay, bro, I ain't asked you that. It's just
Right.
I wasn't asked you, but you just regurgitating information out of his mouth. So
Right.
he finished regurgitating everything out of his mouth. Cool. They walk outside. She's slapped drunk as well. It was her birthday week, so she's drunk as hell in her feelings, because obviously me and her was going through it
Mm-hmm.
physically that weekend. Well, mentally, not physically. Mentally that weekend was going through it.
Right.
So, me being prideful as well, I didn't say shit to her, because they're like, "Yo, you play like." I felt disrespected as well.
Were you working at Liquid Paradise, or
I work.
you
I work.
showed up there knowing she was there?
No, I my establishment was around the block, so I was obviously hang out with my homie, and he told me about it. He like, yeah, you know your girls in there. I'm like, yeah, okay.
So you pulled up to be petty because you said you wasn't talking to her.
I didn't pull up be petty. I was already out there already.
You said your establishment was around the block.
Marshtown was around the block.
So you weren't there.
No,
You pulled up there because he told you.
No. I walked over there because we in the same proximity. So like the table is here, is here. We literally together. So when we both get on site, we go see each other. We kick the shits, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
That's when he told me about it.
Okay.
He didn't call and tell me like, yo, she out here, now you gotta get up here. No. I was already pulled up
right there, and he was like, oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's thinking of? Because he normally don't go inside unless he walks inside. So he walks inside, and that's when he met the best friend because they were trying to go over. They were trying to go over a parking issue. I think he has a Sprinter van, or something like that. So they was going over that issue. So
So anyway, he came. She came out. You were saying she came out. She was drunk, and she was in her feelings.
Looked at me and said her, but her two friends came talking to me. One is her niece. One is her niece, and one is her girl best friend.
Yeah.
So they started talking. I'm just standing there, they talking, and I'm allowing them just to talk. They just steady talking, and something just didn't stick right with me when they was talking, and one of them goes, "We know everything. You know, I know the whole story, know everything, etc., etc." And I'm like, "Okay, let them talk." So my thing at the end, I go, "How you know the whole story if I never told you nothing?"
Right.
And they like this.
You good for them one hitter quitters, them punchlines.
So they like, so like a sudden pause, like, no, we know everything from this and that. I say, I never said nothing. I say, that's that, excuse my language, I said, but that's that one-sided shit I be talking about. Because I always told her she was one-sided. I say, everything is always you. Like, you don't understand it's not just you. So, like, you're very one-sided. Then your friends are very one-sided because you told them a story and it's just one-sided.
Yeah.
They're siding with you. Cool. Those are your friends. I don't need nobody to side with me, but don't come approaching me talking about, oh, we know the whole story. We know everything. We know everything. How you know everything? I never said nothing.
Right.
I got approached by one guy. Then I got approached by y'all two.
Yeah, like
everybody did the talking. I just did the listening.
Yeah.
And I hit them with the one line like, how you know everything? I never said nothing. Right. So my like mouth drops. Then we know everything. That then they went into, we know she been hurt before and everything else. I'm like, so I'm paying the baggage of someone else as well. So like everything just started making sense right then. Like there's some expectations that I had because I asked in the beginning of our relationships for a certain thing I used to say. I used to ask her like, I asked her, so yeah, my birthday, normally I don't do that for my birthday, but I just be joking around. Like I come up with 1,000 ideas, but realistically, I don't do that for my birthday. But, and she goes, am I invited? I'm like, yeah, you invited. Why would you ask how you invited? That's like a stupid question. Then I asked the question at the end. I go, so real life. I say, who hurt you? Then she wouldn't explain about her ex, what he did one time, and set her that. So I'm like, okay, cool. I said, wherever I'm going, you invited to. If you, me and you involved together, etc. That's not a question. Like
now, were y'all official at this point, or y'all were just dealing with each other?
At the ending part of when I'm explaining this one scenario. That one scenario we're together.
Okay, so then why would she think that she wouldn't be invited if y'all together? It's different.
Correct, but it was what the individual have done to her, to where kind of like brain messed her a little bit.
Yeah.
But going back to that night, I go, y'all are enabling her. Like, like what do you mean? I say, she's one-sided and y'all is help promoting that. And y'all want to make the excuse up that, oh, y'all know, you know what she's been through, last week she's been broken. And like, I said, that does not sum up the issue. Like, it's still about self-accountability. And I say, y'all are directly part of the problem. Just pretty much, I put the accountability level back on them.
Yeah.
And it painted me as the bad person when I tried reaching out to her later that week. I did send her like a flower arrangement for her birthday and thing like that.
Oh, her
But
birthday's how far is like the difference from your birthday to her birthday?
April.
Okay.
So like tried reaching out to her and talking. She like no, so we did like a whole back and forth. She was just angry and rude, and he spread my business talking about me. I say, sweetheart, I ain't never say nothing about you.
Right.
They did
Your
all the
friends
talking.
came up to me.
They did all the talking.
Right.
But again,
Was she not right there? Like that she didn't hear it?
She didn't hear because she was over there talking to Rob.
Okay.
Obviously, like I said, I never said nothing. I just stood there like this. I'm just taking punches.
Yeah.
He approached me first. I don't know who you are from Can of Paint. I heard about you, but I
I
know
never saw you to know how you look. Yeah.
yeah. So, but you know everything about me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So y'all doing all the talking.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here taking the blows.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. You know, it's just something I was used to dealing with as a recent and just taking blows and like and being okay with it. But don't sit here and paint me as the bad person when I don't know shit about it. So, like I say, just a lot of things just became pride to where.
Well, you said you did reach out and she wasn't really receptive.
We reached out and talked days after.
Okay.
Like, obviously, that was a Friday. I reached out to her on a Saturday night. We're going to Sunday on her birthday. Happy birthday! I sent a text, Then tried to talk it over with her the next few days. It never really got nowhere. She just lashing out at the mouth. Me, I'm not the type of person to lash out at the mouth like that. So I try to like control composure, especially I was trying to work things out with you, etc. So like I didn't get the time of day for the fight, but I gave like the go back and forth with word wise, but I gave the time of day of trying to like, okay, cool. Let's work this out. We were supposed to do this. We had plans on doing this, etc., etc. It didn't get nowhere at the end of the day. So it's like wash my hands with it.
So you did try though. So the way you talked about it is like you just let sleeping dogs lie, but you actually did try. She just wasn't receptive. So it's kind of hard for you to keep trying if it takes two to tango, as they say. So if you want to make it work, but she doesn't, of course it's never going to work. And vice versa. If she wanted to make it work and you did it, it was never going to work. So you did technically try. So I gotta say, maybe your pride ain't all the way up there. But
it's still up there. It's just like because you always feel like you can do more.
That's true.
And like,
but I mean, how much time has passed between that for you? Like, do you feel like it's too late?
Some things are never too late.
That's what I'm saying. So if you feel like it's not too late, what's stopping you from? Pride. So again, that's what I come back to the question. How is it the right person if you're not willing, the one thing you can do to get that person back, even if because I like to walk away from any situation, and I'm not even talking about relationship wise, I'm just saying jobs, friendships, parenting, anything. I like to walk away from anything knowing I put my best foot forward and I tried. And we've all been in situations where you tried and the other person wasn't receptive, but at least you been farming for Bailey. That's what's in there. Right.
No, it's one thing like I tried.
Right. So then you feel like you tried, but you felt like it was more that you could do.
You're always gonna feel like there's more that you can do, even if you have. Excuse me. Even though you have given all you giving your best foot, even though you're giving your best foot forward, then you sit there and like basketball, any sport, you go review the tape reviews, and you see, dang, I could have made this move.
Analyze it, yeah.
So on my part, I was stuck in my ways because up and leading up into that Friday, me and her kind of like stopped talking. Like again, I'm a private person. If I feel I'm done disrespected, I'm gonna walk away. I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth with you and do all this rapping, da da da. Like I'm at that point to where I'm not doing that. Like I'm just done. Like I can't exhaust my energy with doing that. So like conversation happened that took place and it just came da 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 and like it just got a little bit disrespectful and I wasn't even in the wrong.
Yeah.
But in the day I'm like, no, I didn't do shit wrong to you. So like why the hell I'm finna sit here and try to do razzle dazzle with you and I ain't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So It's like, okay, cool. That night I seen her, I walked inside the establishment. I looked her dead in her face. She looked me dead in her face, and I just kept walking. Prideful, because knowing damn well I should have went and said something to the girl.
Yeah.
But I did my own disrespectful type shit.
Yeah.
Because my
Because
own
you
pride.
felt disrespect.
Correct. So I'm gonna do a tit for tat right now. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
prideful. You get me? It's like that scene from Love and Basketball when he walked inside the doggone
The
court.
party drunk.
Yeah, and he just kept on moving. So I looked at her dead in my. And I say, if looks can kill, she probably would have died that night.
Yeah. Damn.
Cause I looked dead at her and I turned my head and kept walking. And I think she felt like a breeze. But again, I was in a prideful moment at that moment to where like I could have done something differently. When you like review everything and analyze and you take your own ownership for things that you have done and what you directly contribute.
Yeah.
And they two wrongs don't make a right. I could have been a bigger person and done some things differently. But at the end of the day, my pride got the best of me because I felt disrespected. So I was in my own type of way.
Right. But that's the past. So why can't you do it now? Ben Affleck when it got J-Lo back. And how many husbands she had between them two? I mean, they didn't last, but at least he knows that he let his pride go and got the woman. That's what I'm saying. So is it necessarily right person, wrong time? Because look at that. He chased her, got her back, and that relationship wasn't what it was. So where do you draw the line to be like, I'm just not going to pursue, I'm just going to let my pride consume me and not pursue something I really want? You're a businessman. So think about it like your business acquisitions. If it was a contract you wanted, you're gonna leave money on the table. You would love to quote Rick Ross. You're gonna leave money on the table for what reason?
I don't leave money on the table.
Okay, so if you don't leave money on the table, why would you let your pride stop you from, like you said, that y'all could have been great if you really feel like that?
Those are personal feelings, you know. And in the day, like I leave it like this: what's for you is gonna be for you, and no one can ever take that from you. So like. If I put it in a business and if I put it in a business perspective, just because that door closed, don't mean another door will open.
That's true.
Because if I'm being honest, that time meant the time I'm speaking about now with the private thing, there was a chapter before that door had closed, and we reopened that door again.
You and the same person.
Correct.
Okay.
So we opened that door again. Because that door closed mid 2024. We reopened. What the fucking year we in? 26.
We're in 2026. Only 2 months in. It seemed like it's been 6.
No, so that door closed in 2024. It reopened again in 2025.
Yeah.
And it has not opened again in 2026.
Okay.
You get me? So it's like one of them Disney vaults. That thing went up in the vault right now. So right now it's anybody's game at the end of the day.
Not really. Not really, because if you feel like that's the one that got away, you're gonna always feel like that. So it's like, at what point do you draw the line and be like, you know what, like I want to see if, because I think a lot of times individuals, we date off potential. Like you said, oh, we could have been great, but if that were the case, why aren't y'all great? You get what I'm saying? You
great. Like it's like them things like we have so much in common. You get me? To where like the things that we like to do. Number one on the bucket list, we like to have fun. So if I was to call right now, hey yo, let's go here. Come on. Yeah. Like always open to exploring, trying different things and trying new things. Like it was never like a blockage. Like oh, let's not do that, etc. Like it was always down for a good time. Even on a solo trip via like quiet time type of shit. It was always good, peace. But again, right person, wrong time, because she met me when I was in a mess.
Yeah.
So it's like it's what's that guy name again who sang that song When It Comes to You?
Friday.
Huh?
Friday.
So like how Friday, like if you listen to the song Friday, how it comes on, etc., that is a pure definition that sums up every single thing. Okay. So when she met me, and how things quickly transpired, how much fun, how much excitement, how much laughter that we spark with our inner selves. But again, at the end of the day, it just the baggage that was there. You know,
So all you're talking about is the fun. We know that it takes more for a relationship to be great than just having fun with a person.
it was the baggage between me and my ex-wife.
Yeah.
It was a lot that went on physically behind the scenes and mentally to where it was draining. I mean, since you want to know so bad, I'm gonna tell you. So I give
No,
you.
I'm not. I don't want to know personally. I'm just making for great discussions.
She was there. She was there through the whole. She was there through the whole transitional period.
Right.
Like she wasn't in the beginning of it, but when the fight started getting messy and the gloves came off, she was there for that period of time. You know, helping with a lot of support. She did way more than a person who just coming into the game did, and a person who's been a veteran in the game.
Yeah.
Like she stood in the paint on so many different ways and so many different levels.
Yeah.
To where like if baby girl ever needed something in life, I would definitely be there to help her out with it.
Yeah.
But that's how much of a lasting impact that she put on helping me out in my situation.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things she didn't have to do that she did.
Yeah.
And I'm always indebted to her for in the day her character. So I would never sit here and tell you like she's horrible, this and that. Yeah, we have our differences. You know, I have my differences, she has her differences, but in the day, what was really the most important thing to me was in her heart. You get me? Or like how I really view her. Like I say, she sat there and did a lot of things that she did not have to do. She took a lot of different blows for things that she didn't have to take blows from.
Yeah.
That's from my ex-wife. That's from my siblings and stuff like that. To where like I don't talk to half the people today.
Okay.
Because half of things that the young lady did for me and my child in that transitional period in that little time frame was enough to have a lasting impression for life.
Okay.
Some things that you would never forget.
Okay. Well, shout out to her. Again, y'all, this is all information for like we've had brief conversations about it, but it's not something that we've gone this in depth about. So he was clearly in the talking mood. And just to clarify, this is just discussion. It's not necessarily like me wanting to know or pry. Because if you know me personally and like outside of TikTok, like I really don't care what other people got going on. If it doesn't directly affect me, like if you tell me, it's because you chose to tell me. I don't really pry because I don't like people prying for me. So it's never going to be like when we have these discussions, I don't want you to ever feel like, oh, I'm trying to find out tea about you for me. Like it's really for the viewers, like for people to kind of,
like I say, I'm open to talk. Like
yeah,
this logo judgment free zone with B is for a reason because
yeah,
I don't got so comfortable within my own skin to where I don't care what you know or who knows what, etc.
Yeah.
I had my own siblings talk about me, to where I was like, fuck them. At the end of the day, like I don't talk to them mother lovers no more. To where like I don't care what you know about me. Half of the stuff you want to learn is literally public record.
Yeah.
If you want to know about my court cases, my criminal charges, etc.
Now you had to tell people about all that. Now they hadn't say that for the episode. You giving them too much.
The people gonna look up regardless.
They're not gonna look it up. I wouldn't have thought about looking it up.
They want to know about who the hell is Brandon. So like,
listen.
It's like me being a politician and running for office.
Obviously, I've known you.
Obviously, I ain't got no Epstein files.
We don't know. But I've known you since 2024. We met at a party, and I've never thought to look up court cases. So I don't think you should throw that out there for people. But what I will say,
if I went to the course, you'll find it on.
Yeah, like I know that's public record, but I'm saying I've never, in all these years of me knowing you, I've never thought to be like, oh, let me go and look up divorce. Like I let people share what they want to share. I don't, because I'm like that too. I'm the same way you. Like I'm comfortable with myself, like who I am as a person. Like I'm proud of who I am as a person. I've come a long way, which is pride used to be something that I struggle with. And I think when I got to the other side of that, I ended up having really great relationships from letting my pride go. Some of them, of course, those doors was meant to be closed, which is why I posed the question to you. How do you, like, we use that term loosely about, oh, right person, wrong time, because if it was the right person, you would figure it out. We've all been there. Our grandparents have figured it out. Our parents sometimes figured it out. So if it was the right person, you are willing to figure it out. I feel like personally, if you're willing to put your pride aside for that person, you don't know what way it's going to go. But if you put your pride aside and you put your best foot forward, you try, you made, the effort, a conscious effort, and it didn't go that way, the way that you wanted to go, then that's not the right person. I think sometimes we hold on to like, oh, well, not no shade against you. I'm just saying in general, people be like, oh, we had fun. She made me feel like a kid, or he made me feel like a kid, or this and that. And it's way more into a relationship than somebody making you feel good for those times. But you did say about her character. Sometimes people have great characters, but that doesn't mean they're the right fit for you in a relationship. They could be great as a friend, because I've had relationships like that too, where we better as friends, like really like my love language and how I want to be loved and how I want to be noticed or recognized, however you want to say it. That person can't give it to me, so I can't say that that's the right person, because if it was the right person, they would be willing to give it to me. So that's just really something we see online all the time. People be like, oh, the person that got away. It's different if the person passed away. If they alive right now on this earth and you got breath in your body, why don't you try to work it out? Because you don't want to, in the process of having pride for her, then you meet other people who they are willing to, look past a lot of stuff and want to be with you and want to pursue things with you. And then you're still holding on to this, like, will she ever walk back through this door? Or should I call her and text her? Like, you say don't leave money on the table. I feel like you shouldn't leave doors like that open, because it's not fair to how you paid for the damage that the last relationship had from her. And, she came and met you during your mess. That don't mean you owe her your life. I mean, she was there for you at a time where things were dark, but that doesn't necessarily mean that if you aren't willing to put your pride aside, like, I feel like you gotta kind of close that door so that you can let either the opportunity present itself for y'all to work it out and be together, or for you to like move on and know, like, all right, that chapter's closed. Like, I'm moving forward, whatever that may look like for you. It may not necessarily mean that you're jumping into a relationship or being with somebody or whatever, but just not saying, oh, I'm letting my pride take control. And you're going to be, 55? You're going to be like Clifton Powell. We talked about that clip. Clifton Powell, 70 years old?
But Clifton Powell is a different subject. And it goes back to what you said about ancestors. And I didn't want to interrupt you, because that's very important what we say about ancestors. Mm-hmm. And he was spot on, and I have been saying that for a very long time. Like, I have been saying that for a very long time. So, like, that is definitely, like I told you, what he said. When I told you about it, I say what he said was not wrong, because obviously everybody didn't grow up in a household with their grandparents.
Yeah.
Get me? So, like, I was one of the rare, fortunate ones to grow up in a house with my grandparents. So I grew up in my house with my grandparents. Grandmother and granddaddy was still married.
Same. Both of mine. Shout out to them.
Yes. So I grew up in that household, to where, like, you get to witness and see a lot of different things.
Yeah.
To the public, grandparents were perfect. We was the Pruitt household, etc. But people didn't get to see the arguments, the cursing each other out, the fussing each other out, and still got to see the love at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, they understand what mattered most was the family. They was very family oriented and kept the family together. So a lot of things, they was a true definition of understanding what the vows actually in detail.
Correct.
You get me? So people forget what you actually say to each other. I told my ex-wife that one time at the end when we was going through our thing. I sent her the vows.
Yeah.
And I say, you know what? I think at some point in time we forgot what we said to each other.
Yeah.
She agreed. And like I say, what Clifton was saying about that, he just learning how to love a person, etc. And he's almost 7 years old. What he's saying, to where our ancestors, a lot of things date back to our ancestors. I mean, a lot of people didn't have that privilege of growing up with their grandparents, and there's no knock on them. So they didn't get to see the parts of what he was actually saying.
Yeah.
I witnessed that. My grandmother was a person that stayed home. My grandfather worked 6, 7 jobs. He made plus 6 figures. He took care of the family. The glue of the family was always my grandparents, and mainly my grandma. So we made sure we went to family reunions.
Yeah.
Uh, we had family dinner. Like Sunday was a big family dinner.
Yeah.
Friday nights was uh family night to where the whole family went out to eat, etc., etc. So a lot of these things we did as a family. So when my grandparents did have relationship issues at one point in time, like I literally watched them have a physical fist fight,
Yeah.
you know. But then they were going to separate. But in the day, they put differences aside for the family, you know, understanding what really mattered more than just their pride was them with them grandkids and being
Yeah.
together. You get me? So like, if we separate, what happened with the grandkids? Where do
Right.
it go, etc.
Or
Like
yeah.
all that stuff came into play. You know,
Yeah.
my grandmother had to deal with humiliation because she was the mother of the church. My grandfather did. She had to deal with all that different stuff. But in
Yeah.
they, she put pride aside and dealt with it.
Okay. So you saw.
Grandfather put pride aside and did what we had to do to make it work. But those are us living off what our ancestors have done and what we have witnessed. You get me?
Now I'm not saying that that's that like our grandparents are perfect because nobody walking this earth is perfect. What I'm saying is that some pride is something easy to let go of if you love the person, if you care about the person, if you feel like this person is as great of a person as you know you said. And I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about everybody in general, because it's not only a branded thing. This is something a lot of us done, including myself, which is why I can speak on it, because I used to sit there and let that pride eat me up. And then it was like, at the end of the day, what am I gaining from that? Like, you don't life, like, you live one life. Once you 6 feet under, you can't go back in time and be like, dang, I should have did this. We analyze stuff a lot. And when you have the opportunity to fix it, I feel like as adults we should. Same way as parents, if we make a mistake with our child, a lot of times parents don't apologize to their children, and they feel like, well, I don't owe them anything, da da da, which is also a false fact. You mentioned that your parent, I never said grandparents were perfect, but I know from experience, because both of my grandparents, on both sides, were both married. To the day they all died, because I don't have any left. So they all died married to each other and loving each other. And I knew firsthand they wasn't perfect, but they loved each other enough. And to your point, loved their family enough to where pride, they didn't let pride win, because what they say, nobody wins when the family feuds. So if this person, if people feel like a person is good for them, why would y'all let that person slip away for something called pride? Pride can't keep you warm at night. Pride can't, come through for you in the clutch. Pride can't, like, do all those things that people say they want in a relationship. If you be like, oh, I want this in a relationship, and the only thing that's stopping them is, okay, the only thing that's stopping them is a phone call or a text message. Like, I just don't understand that about people. I mean, I've been there. So now it's like, once you get to that other side of just letting your pride go, whatever it goes, it's like hard for me to understand people who let their pride win, because it's like,
So
you gonna die letting a
I'm
person slip away.
gonna throw the cliffhanger in there now. So like, you say this person this and that. Our grandparents did the thing that says, okay, cool. We're gonna put this aside and deal with this and that, right? That's our
Yeah.
grandparents. But what our grandparents didn't have back then, they didn't have the social medias and the fancy phones, etc. So now, for example, you look at your phone right now, you go on TikTok, you see a video, somebody put a video of content. My
Yeah.
man does this, he overflowers me with this and that. These people doing stuff for content.
Yeah.
You get me? So like, people are looking at other people's lives based upon content. You know, they sit here and make content. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
I told you I was trying to try it as well. So like, I got some backlash just for doing content. But
Yeah.
in reality, I meant no malice behind it. It was just doing content. Like, you doing stuff for views, whatever. Like, that's what it was based upon about. Um, so I think today in society's life, we don't
You
we
feel like it's the options that make people.
not even an option, just we don't value the same things that was
Yeah.
what was the actual roots that actually built something. You get me?
Yeah.
Like our grandparents them built something
They believed in foundations and legacy
So
and
like
stuff like that.
they had the fundamentals on how they built things. So now when we look at things now as in our own relationships, and we get very prideful because I might go watch a video. Damn, that person did this thing like how they did this like that. I want to try to mimic that. That is not true.
Yeah.
There's 24 hours in a day, right? How many hours you work at your job?
8.
You work 8 hours at your job, right? So technically you work 10 hours. You probably say, how the hell I work 10 hours, Brandon? You gotta spend an hour getting ready.
Mm-hmm.
Then you gotta spend an hour getting off.
Well, I work from home. God is
Regardless.
good. So I probably spend 15, but for other people, yes.
But like in the normal
Especially with travel and, stuff like that.
if you do the math on it, right? It's 24 hours in a day. You just spend 10 hours with work wise.
Yeah.
Okay, now after the work wise, you gotta count another hour additional just for yourself.
Yeah.
How hours you at now? 11 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then it continues to go. So for a person to get on a social media and content and people don't understand the difference between reality and actually people just doing things for views, they don't understand that at all. Like legit, like you can do whatever you want to do on the content. I did this. My man comes home. I have this brand for him. So you're telling me you don't work? Well, like you do work, but you just got a great scene of the video. I did this.
But we losing the plot because you're talking about content creation and I'm talking about what is stopping. And I'm not talking about other people online. Like what they post and what's real and what's not. Only an individual knows what's real to them. But you just expressed.
That's still part of your pride because in the day, like I gave you a perfect example, and you gave one as well. Our ancestors before put pride aside.
Right.
Us in the new millennium right now, we don't put pride aside because we all look at I got disrespected. You get me? Like our respect is more. We're not okay with being a bigger person. We got to go out there and throw these hands and fight because I got disrespected.
Yeah, or shoot.
But
some of these
correct,
people, yeah.
ancestors gonna put the pride aside and let's talk it out, work it out, etc. To where like us now in modern age, nah, that person tried me. I can't talk to that person. Like I'm like I said, I'm guilty of it. I don't talk to certain siblings because y'all tried me. Y'all sit here and play up in my face. So it's the hell with y'all. And it's the pride thing. Y'all tried me, so the hell with y'all. I gotta cut y'all off.
Okay.
You get me?
Well, clearly we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that topic, y'all, because I feel like don't y'all feel like he should just reach out? Like, why is he being such a difficult? I guess that's an Aquarius thing. I don't know. My daddy and both of my parents are Aquarius. My mom is more stubborn than my dad. My dad is like, the real. I done watched him yearn for a bitch. Like I done watched him with me in a car pull up on a woman and express his feelings. So I guess that's where me watching that, like from my dad, even though he was a lot of things, my daddy was a little player, but he didn't let his pride get in the way of nothing. So I just that's just something we never gonna agree on that. Like I feel like you drop your pride for people that you love. Your siblings, that's one thing. I can't speak on that situation because I don't know what they did because I don't talk to one of my siblings off of her trying me. But would I let somebody that brought value to my life go? No. My sister necessarily didn't bring value to my life. I'm the oldest on both sides. She's my sister from my dad's side. And she is one of those problematic people in general. I was probably one of the few allies she had in the family. So it wasn't just I just don't talk to her. Like she constantly burnt bridges. So I was one of the few allies she had left. She disrespected me. And I just felt like, you know what? You're not bringing any value to my life. I don't have to deal with you. Would I have, if it was somebody bringing value to my life, and they made a mistake necessarily one time or however many times, like if it's something I feel like I could get past, yes. My sister, I could have got past what she said, but I just felt like she didn't bring enough value to my life for me to put my pride aside. And it wasn't even necessarily me put my pride aside. That was me protecting and setting boundaries. So that's the difference too. Pride and boundaries are two different things. You're talking about setting boundaries for your siblings because they disrespected you. You're saying, but then on the other end with this other girl, you're saying it's your pride. You talked about all the great things she's done. Not saying she didn't try you, but it seems like it's something that could be worked out. You could let your pride aside and deal with that. But again, What do I know? Like I said, I don't. I fuck with you. I fuck with you. I'm telling you, I ain't leaving nothing on the table. If you decide to be with somebody else, at least you know at the end of the day, when I leave this earth, I told you how I felt. You knew. When you try to spin the block and I'm married, I don't want to hear it because I told you how I felt. If your pride was more important than us building life together, so be it. That means you're not the person for me, and that's what I feel like people like forget. Like if that's the person that you want, fight for them. This is past our ancestors because a lot of stuff I've watched people who didn't have their dad grow up to be great dads. So we can't use like, oh, our grandparents had these tools and we have these tools. You can't use that as an example. I know moms who parents was on drugs and all type of shit.
That should be another topic right there.
It should be.
Yeah, 'cause that's I call that one the statute of limitations.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Write it down in your book because again, we share topics all day, all week, and then we never get like we got to keep a streamline and put check marks by whatever pride, so you know we talked about that. And I'm not saying it won't ever come up again because some conversations are open, but I think you should let your pride aside and reach out to that girl. That's just me. But anyway, it's 8:30, y'all. I have another meeting, Brandon. You got me late.
And they like my homie Steve Harvey, great Steve Harvey always say.
Huh?
Like my great homie always say, Steve Harvey, when one door closes, don't dwell about it. All you gotta do is go down to the next door, some more gonna open. So whatever door opens for me, and I put that in God's hands at the end of the day, and I let that be it.
That's a good way. That's a good way to segue.
And I sleep just fine that night.
Well, we gonna be back next Thursday?
Next Thursday.
Okay, when you posting the episode, you should do that before Thursday to give them something to look forward to for Thursday, if that makes sense. Maybe Tuesday.
I'm gonna work on it.
I'll keep y'all posted. I'm not in those episodes, y'all, but I would definitely keep y'all posted on when he drops them and drop a link so that y'all can go and watch them and y'all can give us more ideas, more topics. Give us y'all feedback of how y'all felt the episodes went, what y'all feel like we could do better, all of that. Again, this is no judgment zone, so we won't judge you guys for your opinions. We welcome it. That's the reason why we're doing this. Until next time, y'all. All right, Brandon.